There have been a lot of advances in today's pool technology. For example, we now are incorporating LED lights instead of normal incandescent lights. The LED lights operate at a fraction of the energy cost that the old incandescent lights did. They last longer, and not only that, but you can also incorporate color changing features and really get some added visual benefit. Other new advances in today's pool technology are in the controls of the pool. For example, all of our new pools are installed with an iAquaLink system. This lets you control the pool features with either a phone, iPad, laptop, any electrical device that you can get on the internet with. We can also incorporate other features in your yard like lighting, irrigation, water features, you name it. If it can be turned on electronically, we can incorporate it into your control system. You don't need to start from scratch to get the benefits of some of these new technologies. All of these elements can be incorporated into a pool remodel as well as a new pool construction. The average pool installation will run you approximately $25,000 and above depending on what you want to do. There are certain pool prices that can be lower than that, but by the time you include all of the extra factors that go into building a pool, the average pool contract is over $30,000. To get the benefit from all the new technology options that are available in today's pools, you don't have to spend a lot of money. A lot of these options can be included for simply a couple $100s, but depending on how elaborate the system gets, it can get up into the thousands. Everybody knows that a pool is made from concrete, but what people don't realize is that there's different grades of concrete, different types of concrete that can be used to make their swimming pool. The two most common types are Shotcrete and Gunite. There's some differences in the way that they're made and the way that they're installed that completely differentiate the two. The Shotcrete is made from a mix of rock, sand, and cement, where Gunite is only made from sand and cement. It's missing the rock, so that has a huge effect on the strength of the product itself. Typically, Shotcrete cures out well above 3,000 psi. Gunite typically comes in around 2,500 psi and frequently below 2,500 psi. Both Shotcrete and Gunite are installed in a similar fashion. Both sprayed into the pool, but the way that they're sprayed is entirely different. The Shotcrete comes pre-mixed in a concrete truck. All of the concrete mud is already wet, already completely mixed and ready to use when it arrives at your project. When the Gunite company makes your Gunite, they're actually combining the product on site. So they're mixing sand and Portland cement, blowing it through an air hose, and at the very end on the tip they have a nozzle that sprays out water. The water, the cement, and the sand all mix in the air and then are applied on the side. You don't have to be as skilled to work with Gunite. You don't have to order the exact right amount of product and know exactly what you're doing because you're making it on site. But to build a pool out of Shotcrete, you have to know exactly what you're doing and you have to order the very exact amount of concrete that you need to do the project. And it takes skill to do that. As far as longevity, Shotcrete will hold up much longer than Gunite. It is going to be a more expensive product. You will pay more initially, but when you're making an investment like a pool, which is a fairly large priced item, you want to have something that's going to last a long, long time for you. Let me describe the difference between Pebble Tech and Plaster. Plaster is a product that's made of crushed marble and cement, whereas Pebble Tech has some more durable ingredients in it, which is silica, and it also has quartz in it. And that's mixed with the cement. And they're both installed in a very similar fashion. Pebble Tech and Plaster can be repaired, but a repair that you make in Pebble Tech is going to be less noticeable just because of the variations in the surface itself. With Plaster being a flat product, any sort of deviation you make is going to be very, very noticeable. A typical pool is just sanitized with chlorine, but we now have the option to make your pool a salt pool. What we do is we put a converter on your pool that converts salt water into chlorine, but it does it on a very minuscule level so that the levels of chlorine in your pool are dramatically lower. The typical chlorine pool is similar to the gas tank of a car. You need to put in enough gas at the beginning of the week to last you until the next time you're going to put gas in it. So you have to have a really high level in there and then let it dissipate until it's gone. With a salt pool, it's generating chlorine on a very minute basis constantly when the pump is running. So you don't have to fill up that tank all the way. You can have just enough gas in the tank to get where you're going. Chlorine in a pool is used as a sanitizer. It is used to kill any form of bacteria or algae, any sort of live growth in the pool. Chlorine comes in contact with and neutralizes it or kills it. Salt sanitizes the pool by being converted to chlorine through a chlorine generator. So the salt is turned into a slightly different form of chlorine than the kind that you get from the pool store. When that chlorine interacts with bacteria or algae, it neutralizes it, kills the bacteria, and then turns back into salt, and is then later on by the same system recycled back into chlorine. As far as cleanliness goes, you're not going to notice a great visual difference between a salt pool and a chlorine pool. If they're both maintained properly, they're going to look identical. A salt pool is going to make your skin feel better. The chlorine is more of an irritant than the salt, so you will have nicer feeling skin, your hair will feel better, and your eyes won't get all red and puffy. If you install a salt system on your swimming pool, it will initially cost you more money up front to buy the equipment, but you will no longer be purchasing as many chemicals as you would in the future, so you will slowly recuperate the money over time by having a salt cell on your pool. Can a chlorine pool be converted to a salt pool? The simple answer is yes, but depending on the pool that we're doing it to, there might be some other features that need to be changed to make it work.